guys, let me reset the timer real quick.
Alrighty.
I hope I can use the music. Yeah, I have to.
Awesome.
So yeah, ready when you...
What a dump. Yeah, we're gonna mute the super comfy music. Sorry, guys. Hey, everybody in chat, how's it going? I'll count you down to when the run starts.
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Starfox 64 Blue Line. This is basically the easy mode of the game. There are 7 stages in this run, as well as 7 stages in every Starfox 64 run. And in this particular one, 5 of them are auto-scrollers. Now, they're not actually auto-scrollers because you can speed them up, but they're pretty much auto-scrollers because there's not a lot you can do to speed them up. You can only really lose time. But yeah. You have 3 wingmates in this game. We don't like them. In fact, we hate them so much, we're going to kill them a lot. Blue Line is kind of like the equivalent of like a genocide run, where you're basically killing your wingmates at every possible opportunity. So I'm going to kill all of my wingmates pretty early on in the run. I think within the first like 4 minutes or something like that. Now, if you donated for Kill Slippy, which I'm not sure if anybody actually did, but that's actually its own separate run because we hate our wingmates so much in this run, and they're so annoying. Oh, it did get met. Awesome. That's cool. So about 90% of this run is boosting and lag reduction, as you might notice. There are some sections of this run that are extremely comfy, and there are some sections of this run that are extremely, extremely nerve-wracking because you have a lot of really difficult tricks. One in particular we found is a triple frame perfect trick that I like to call barrel roll boosting. Basically, you do frame perfect barrel roll into a frame perfect boost into a frame perfect barrel roll, and it saves a frame every 3rd time you do it, which is ridiculously hard. So that's pretty much Corneria right there. We're going to grab this last laser upgrade and line ourselves up with this tree here. We're going to fight this boss. Now, this guy's a bit of a run killer. I don't know if anybody else had a lot of difficulties with him as a kid, but I kind of found him to be a little bit difficult. So we're going to shoot his leg out in his back, and he's dead. Yeah, not really much of a boss, if you ask me. He's extremely quick, but I just lost a second. And the reason I lost a second is because Fox flew to the left in the middle of the cutscene. This cutscene's actually RNG, believe it or not. This is like the only game I know with RNG cutscenes where you can lose as much as about 4 seconds. And for me, I would say that's a reset. I would personally normally reset on this, but I mean, it's not a big deal. It's a second loss, whatever. So we're coming up on Medio. Medio is kind of like the item collection stage. There's a lot that can go wrong in the stage if you're not careful, but it's probably the most trivial stage in the run. Yo, cutscene RNG, I know, man. I know. It hurts me. Hurts me every day. So this run at this point is exactly the same as any percent. And there's actually a rule in the Blue Line run in order to make it deviate from any percent. So we're not actually allowed to take the warps in this stage or in Sector X. If you've watched an any percent run, you'll know that they take both of the warps. That's because it's quite a bit faster because you can actually skip the cutscene at the end of the stage. Basically, instead of a 35-second cutscene, it's a 10-second cutscene. So it saves about 25 seconds for each stage you can do it on. The reason that it's banned is because when this category originally came to be, 6 out of the 7 stages were exactly the same as any percent. See, and Slippy's dead, everybody's favorite time. So you'll notice the Kill Slippy world record is 13 seconds if you look at the leaderboards. I just did it in 4 minutes. What a legend. Yo, all these Starfox quotes in the chat here. It's fantastic. I actually, my English card died almost exactly 2 weeks ago. And I just got my new English cart in the mail on Friday, and if it didn't, I would have had to run on Japanese, and that just kind of ruins it. Yo, the Slippy Champ. Slippy Champ is my favorite emote. It's fantastic. Slippy's actually, like, objectively the best character in this game, and that's because Falco just kind of like flies around and causes a bunch of lag, steals your points, etc. Peppy will give you annoying hints. Like, you'll notice how quiet this stage is now that Peppy isn't here, and it's only because Peppy isn't here, because nobody else really says anything. Yo, Zallard would not be proud of that terrible score running there. That was horrible. Slippy shows you the boss health, and he basically grants you access to the hitbox of the boss in Titania. So, like, you get annoying hints you've heard 500 times, and Peppy will cut in front of bosses, like, while you're trying to shoot at them. Like, and it only happens with Peppy, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, Peppy's objectively the worst wingmate, and Slippy's objectively the best, just because of those reasons. And Peppy actually gets far more enemies caught behind him in this run than Slippy does. I think Slippy gets, like, I don't know if Slippy actually... No, Slippy gets 3, and Peppy gets, like, 15. So, yeah, you tell me who's the better flyer. So we're going through this warp section here, and I did say warps are banned, but these warps actually accelerate you like crazy. So if you go through 6 out of the 7 panels, you actually skip the second half of the stage. I'm going to wait for the rocks to disappear, do 2 half boosts and a full boost. So I haven't explained boosting yet. So optimal boosting is using half of your boost meter. And the reason for that is because there's about 2 or 3 frames when you reach the end of your boost meter where it won't start going down again. And because of those 2 or 3 frames, you actually lose a ton of time. It's like, well, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a ton of time, but over the course of the run, it's about 20 seconds that you lose by full boosting instead of half boosting. This first phase, you can't really speed up of this boss. It's a 3-phase boss fight. This second one, we can actually skip a cycle. I'm gonna go for the marathon safe version. So I just caused like 4 or 5 frames of lag there by shooting that early. If you shoot that at the last possible frame, you don't lose any time. Also, this boss is so great we can do loops in the middle of the boss fight because he's really hard. Now I'll go for 1 more. I wouldn't normally do 3 there, but it's a marathon, why not? And he's dead. There we go. That was actually a good boss fight. Why can't I get that in world record attempts, man?
Sorry to jet, but I'm in a hurry.
So, the next stage actually takes advantage of the only glitch in this entire run, which is the infinite height glitch. So this game is basically programmed so that you have this little box that you're supposed to fly inside of. And this next stage is actually a little bit different. It's an all-range mode stage, so it's similar to the first boss fight, which we didn't really get to see because the boss fight's over so fast. The all-range mode stage is you're basically granted access to the whole stage. You can fly around freely. You can do loops, and you can do U-turns, which you can't normally do in regular scrolling play. Sorry to jet, but I'm a furry. World record in 2016, yeah. So basically, we're going to repeatedly U-turn over and over again, and the game only checks to decrease your height when you're at the top of the box and you're touching the control stick. So if we don't touch the control stick at all, then the game doesn't think that we need to be lower than we actually are. So we're just going to sit here, and we're going to do 17 U-turns, because it takes about 1 minute and 10 seconds for Starwolf to spawn, and instead of actually getting points like a normal person, I'm just going to sit here in one spot and do U-turns over and over again. This stage is actually like a massive run killer. And you'll see why in a sec. Starwolf is a really hard boss fight, actually. Like, a ton of people have problems with it. This is like the best version of Starwolf that you can possibly have. It's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, if we have any donations, this would be a good time. If we have anything.
we do not have any intermissions.
Aw.
I suppose you can take this time to talk about the bid war that's coming up with the game you're running after this.
Yeah, so after this I'm running Mario Party, and there's a character choice between 6 characters. Trust me, the run is different depending on who you pick. It's not different. So the first choice is the character choice, and the second choice is the partner choice. So if you want to see your favorite character get in and get played in the marathon, make sure you get your donations in for that.
A bomb has been planted at the base.
The current standing. Sorry, you're going to talk.
Yeah. So
Can anyone
this
take
is
care
the
of it?
Star Wolf boss fight. I paused too early and completely messed it up. But basically, we're really, really high right now. They spawn really high on the stage, and you basically are granted free access to go and wipe them all out, and they're all dead. Fantastic boss fight. Sorry, did you need to say something?
Now.
I didn't need to. I was just going to give the current standings with the bid war. That
Let's
was all.
take
Oh,
care
yeah,
of
go
these
for it.
guys first.
Okay, right, so currently first place with $25 is Luigi, second place with $20 is Yoshi, and the 4 remaining characters have 0 donations put towards them. So at the moment it will be you running with Luigi with Yoshi.
All aircraft
Oh, come on, guys. There is a correct choice, and the correct choice is exactly the opposite of that. That's actually what I normally do in runs, is play as Yoshi and do Luigi as partner. So,
That was a close
there is a correct choice, guys. Yeah, I love how in this game they actually didn't bother to program the inside. Like, show like a... It would have been so cool to show a little cutscene, or like have like the walker in this game where you go inside and defuse the bomb. That would have been sick. This is the hardest input in the entire run, and I took that extremely safely. Best version of Wolf is the Fox in Space version. That's fantastic. So, Sector X is a very, very difficult stage. This has the hardest quick kill in the game, by quite a long shot. And we're basically going to try and want to get our wingmates as close to dead as possible. And, well, actually, Falco is close to dead as possible. And we're going to want to kill Peppy in this stage.
Hey, Einstein, I'm on your side.
That was not very good, but whatever. That's no biggie. The reason we're doing that is because the next stage actually lags, like, ridiculously. So having your wingmates around is really, really bad. However, having Falco around for the stage after that is bad. And when you kill your wingmates, they don't respawn the next stage, but they respawn the stage after. So if I kill Falco in stage 5, he won't respawn until stage 7, which is basically ideal. I'm gonna go and grab health. This stage is really the only spot in the run where I could possibly die at any given point, and I've really never had a run where I've had this bad of health before at this point. So, oh my goodness, that's never happened before. There's your that's never happened before moment of the run. It's okay, we can recover from that. That's no biggie. That's gonna cost a few seconds because I'm gonna have to go out of my way for laser upgrades, but that's totally, totally fine. Man, that's disappointing, actually. Oh well. But now we can't actually do the quick kill on the boss, so I'm gonna show off the backup strat for this. But yeah, this section is like really shot heavy. Sorry, I'm a little flustered after that. So this should give me, yeah. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my goodness. The enemy shot me out of the way of the laser upgrade. Alright, so Peppy's dead, and that's all that's important. So I'm gonna basically try and go full ham on the mashing. This is like panic basket mode right now, because I'm not gonna have any lasers for Bolts, and this run is going to be terrible now. So yeah, rip world record for sure. Yeah, pro tip number 1, don't lose your wings in this run. Your wings are good for, like, you can hit them on things twice, and then the third time, you're pretty much screwed. Are you kidding me now? Yeah, pretty much. So this boss, you can actually get a quick kill on him. It saves about 17 seconds if you get the quick kill on him. It's ridiculously difficult. You have to have nearly frame perfect mashing. and very, very accurate shots, but instead we're just going to shoot him a little bit and then get out of the way, because he does a faster attack cycle if you do this. Normally he'd shoot his arms out at you, but since I have single lasers and it's not possible to do the quick kill with single lasers, we're going to just puss out, basically. Actually, that strat is aptly termed the pussy strat.
I must be complete.
Yeah, so once the boss is dead, we want to boost into the cutscene, and that actually does save time. Yeah, so that lost about 5 seconds over doing the fight normally. It's no biggie, it just kind of sucked. Yeah, I don't understand how they don't understand what this boss is saying. It's really, really weird. So we got Titania coming up. Titania actually has a different boost method, and the reason for it is because your boost meter gets used up a lot slower than it goes back down. So you want to use quarter boosts because you want to basically like optimize the amount of time that you're boosting upwards. I know the math doesn't really make a lot of sense there, because in theory, like, you should want to full boost the whole time, but trust me, it is actually faster to quarter boost than full boost by about like 5 or 6 seconds in this next stage. So yeah, Titania is basically like the fresh, like the refresher stage pretty much for all your power-ups. So we're in the Landmaster. You can't have laser upgrades in the Landmaster, so it's no biggie if you don't have any. I'm actually kind of low on bombs here, so I'm gonna go out of my way. Never mind, that bomb didn't spawn. That's fantastic. Okay, this one spawned. That's fine. Gonna go out of my way to grab that bomb there, because there are actually some bomb strats in this. These were discovered back in like March, and basically these save like a ridiculous amount of time compared to what you would normally think that they would save. So we're gonna bomb those enemies there. Those enemies cause an absolutely absurd amount of lag. And that bomb itself saves about 3 to 4 seconds, depending on how good of a bomb. That was probably a 4-second bomb. And yeah, the main name of this game is basically don't get shot. Like I just did, as I said, I don't get shot. Hyped for single laser Bulls, yo, me too. It's gonna be fun. Bulls is the hardest stage in the run, for sure. We're gonna do another bomb here, right as we're cresting that hill there, and that's to kill those enemies that come from behind. That was all right. Right before this checkpoint here, we actually used to basically just push the camera as far over to one side as we possibly could. I'm gonna grab this other bomb for marathon safety here, just in case the boss decides to do some bad RNG stuff. This boss fight is the biggest variance in RNG in the run, and I could lose as much as about 10 seconds, and I could save as much as about 3 or 4 versus world record. So yeah, that's nice. Now throughout the whole stage we were looking up to pan the camera in a different direction. Now we're looking down and we're looking up again to shoot that bomb there. That was actually surprisingly good for that bomb. And now we're looking down again. The reason for that is there's a little trail of smoke that follows you around throughout this entire stage, and it just causes a bunch of lag, especially near the start. So if you pan the camera up, it doesn't really show up on your screen. So yeah, as I said, this run is about 90% lag reduction. So shoutouts to the IQ, which is like 20 seconds faster for this run, and nobody wants to run on it because it's, I don't know, it's not fun, because you do about 10% of the stuff in the run. So normally this boss fight would have an epic boss theme playing the entire time, but we actually killed the music. We boosted into the boss faster than expected, and it killed the music, which is awesome. Okay, I did get a good RNG seed here, but I'm having an aneurysm. That's fine.
I'll analyze right away.
So once you free Slippy, the boss will do one of many things. I just got perfect RNG here. Yo, die. Thank you. And if he shoots a laser there, that's basically considered perfect RNG. The only seed I've ever gotten, which is better, is like he does nothing, which is great.
All aircraft report.
So I hear we have donations.
I
chat.
Oh yeah, we do, but I was just waiting
Cargo
to
ship
find
is
it.
Oh yeah,
under
this is a good spot.
Oh, I mean, okay, cool. We
Complete on
got a
heavy
Banzo
ship.
guy who's actually building Busby 2 later.
When we get back,
donated
we'll head to Venom.
$9.99 towards the incentive of the East Wing on Bubsy 2. That was another bid war later on. And then you'll want to hear this. $10 for Yoshi, that comes from Guardian Hunger.
Yo, nice! Thank you very much.
That now pushes Yoshi into first place in the bid war and Luigi second.
Yo, that's awesome. The last time I played as someone other than Yoshi, I actually messed up. I think it was 3 mini games because I didn't know who I was playing as. Well, thank you guys very much for your donations. Here we have Bolse. Bolse choke station is going to happen because I have single lasers. I'll donate $20 if I can get a 1 pass at Bolse with single lasers, but it's not going to happen. I'm basically going to say that. So we're going to go the same direction as the stage is rotating here to save a little bit of time killing these towers. Once you kill all 6, a cutscene is going to start, and I'm going to go over to the left here, line myself up with one of these pillars here. Now these pillars have 2 turrets surrounding each of them, and if you do an unlock charge shot, which is done by holding Z and R at the same time, and shoot the ground near the turrets, you actually can get an extra point from each of them, and thus ends the streak of every marathon run I've ever done having perfect RNG. And then once we have 10 points after that cutscene plays, yo, this is pitiful. Oh, I hate single lasers so much.
This is really
But
funny.
once we have 10 points after that cutscene, the core is going to spawn. And we're basically just going to try and take it out as quickly as possible. This is probably going to be a little bit painful because of the single lasers. But, hey, you can't win them all, right?
Take care of the guy behind me, Fox.
I'm hoping for a 3 pass here. I've definitely had worse than a 3 pass in a run. There we go, that was a 3 pass. Considering the single lasers, that wasn't too bad. So yeah, that's for sure the hardest stage in the run. There is RNG when you shoot the bomb there in how many kills you'll get. And you can save or lose up to about 6 seconds based on that. This is... Fox, get this guy off me! Yeah, now you see my pain.
Here we come.
It's the only time in the run where Slippy actually says anything, and he says it so frequently. Yo, thanks, Jellyfish. That's my favorite emote on Twitch, other than Slippy Champ.
Don't relax. We're not done
So,
yet.
Venom is a little bit of a trivial stage, I'm not gonna lie. The boss fight, however, is not trivial. So this stage actually has 2 bosses.
They're everywhere.
It has a stage boss, and it has the final boss of the game. Andros is the final boss of the game. He is
Don't go dying on me.
super trivial. Like, he's an extremely easy boss fight for final boss standards. The true final boss is the boss of this stage here.
You'll be sorry, punk.
And you can save or lose a lot of time. So Venom has this weird branching path system where you go... I think it's like 15 different combinations of which way to go. Yo, nice laser upgrade. I'm good with that. So we're back up to blue lasers now, so the run should progress as usual. And the fastest path through here in an RTA run is left, left, left. In a TAS, it would be right, right, right. And that's purely because of lag. You get like a few frames of lag in this section here, and other than that, it's pretty much lag-free. Ah, the son of James McLeod. Those tin cans are no match for me. Yeah, I could pretty much quote this game endlessly. I actually, one time when I was like, I don't know, like 17 or something like that, went into a video store when those existed, and went in there while only quoting Starfox 64, and I walked in and I walked out and got movies while only quoting this game, and I talked to people. Right, we're gonna try and kill Peppy here. Oh, I didn't get him. Alright, well this run is dead. That's the standard that I use to see if my run is alive or not, even if I'm like 40 seconds behind world record, which I probably am right now. Yeah, so this is Golem Mech. He basically has like a bunch of body parts here that you have to shoot out. I recommend going for the shoulders first, because after this phase he really starts swinging his arms like crazy. I barely got his shoulders in time, but that's actually pretty normal. Once you kill all the body parts, his head becomes vulnerable, and once you kill his head, his torso becomes vulnerable again, and you kill him that way. That was the best Golem mech fight I've ever had. By a large margin, actually. Holy crap. Alrighty then. And we have about, I would say about a minute left in the run. Maybe a little more than a minute. So, if you get hit in that last boss fight, and this is the reason why it's not trivial, if you get hit at all, your wings will take damage. And if your wings take damage, you can't blast through the doors in this section. So we're going to blast through doors 3 and 4. Now we're just going to blast through doors 2 and 3, because I don't want to lose my wings again. And as I said before, your wings are good for two hits. Laser upgrades will repair your wings, so after that you really just don't have to worry about them. You want to try and avoid that 6th door if you can, but like whatever, it doesn't really matter. We're going to full boost into the boss fight, because the trigger for the boss is actually before the door, which is a little bit weird. So this boss is very, very quick. You shoot out his left eye, and then his right hand, and then his left hand, and then his eyes again, and it's a super boring boss fight, and time's coming up. And then time. Yeah, that last phase is actually faster than the Corneria fight. So, yeah, that's Starfox 64 Blue Line. Normally you do it with blue lasers the entire time, but I don't know, I screwed up.
I was a bit early on the time, but I got to 25:56.
Still a 25. Holy crap. I can't believe it. Even after losing my wings. That's funny. In order to derust for a different marathon about a month ago, I did, what was it? It was like 35 no reset runs, and not a single one was a 26.
Okay, I'll admit it. You did good.
World record for this category is 25:13, by the way. So even with the wing loss, I was still within 45 seconds of world record. Alrighty, so since the donation incentive was met,